Hello, welcome to one of Deku. Had a will that can pass death. This is a very one I've been hiding from you all. Would it be linked to the universe? Probably not. It would be in the shadows of the universe. But anyways, that does not matter. What matters is the story that is about to begin. One that starts with a vengeance. Or more like age. So back in, I'll say about a while before Quirks. There was Deku. And there was others. As in, this leans on, in the beginning, you will lead on more about the FNAF universe, and then you'll lead on to the My Hero Academia universe, of course, so. In the beginning, there was a man. A very, how would you say? What would happen is that Purple Guy was only expecting a number of children in the back room. But what would happen before the day happened was there would be, how would you say, an ancestor or a very jealous boy. It would lead to their past and mistakes. And I guess by now they will have a playful on. Deku would have a best friend, a female best friend. But of course, as with always best friends in these types of stories, they come to an end very fast. So what happens is that in Deku's perspective, he's just looking as he's wondering where everyone is going, which they're going to the arcade. And I believe the back room where the Springtrap suit was. Let's say in this in the parts and service room in the back, there's a door there. So that leads to the basement. Yeah, why not? So what happens is that, well, no parents. Let's say the parents are just talking, minding their own business. Totally not looking after the kids. So, I mean, classic parents in this one. But, I mean, the children are bullying Deku. They're saying how he's always scared of everything. But he always manages to get back up for some reason. He never stays down. His body won't allow it. It's so powerful that it can stand up even after the body is unconscious. The host is unconscious. So they heard some rumors about the old Fredbear location, which was built upon this one, Fredbear's Diner. So what happened was that these kids wanted to see how they wanted to see if Deku can get up from this. So, I guess the basement wouldn't really be a basement, it would just be a back room behind the parts and service room. So, I mean, yeah, it's like a secret room. Because let's say the door is covered by, I don't know, a poster or something. Something sneaky. Let's say it's behind the shelf. Bet. Or a marble light. Yeah, let's say it's behind a shelf or something. So what happened is that they're playing around in the parts and service room. And they look at Deku, and they have the amazing idea. As they start pushing Deku down, and ends up breaking an old wooden hatch that was supposed to be shut. Or not a hatch, but like a mini side door. Like a wooden mini side door. As Deku comes tumbling, I guess. Would it be just a tumbling a little bit? Tumbling. Oh, my head. Oh, why are you all mean to me? Loser. So you can never hang around with us. Tch. Pathetic. You think you can actually deal with us? You fool. As then, they see a golden bodysuit. And they get the amazing idea of having forcing Deku inside of it. Deku gets up. And what happens is that he stands up perfectly fine, moving out and saying, "Can I get out of this now? I don't like being in here. It makes me feel weird." So yes, the remnants of the suit, you would say. So yes. So sorry, but this is the end of the road for you. And let's say they threw a rock at him. Or, they just poured water on him. After that, they, she's like, no. They pushed him back down. Not yet triggering the spring locks, but one of them pours water on it. Soaking Deku. Let's say they had a bucket of water, pouring it on Deku. As everyone just hears a snap. As the spring locks crush Deku. Yeah, snapping noises, why not? I can't think of anything better. So yeah, snapping noises, bones breaking, things impaling Deku. But what terrifies them the most is that instead of dying there, emotionless, Deku gets up and runs at them as they close the door behind them, leaving Deku bleeding out in the suit as he dies. As now we lead to the 5 kids that died, and now we're going to William Afton's perspective. Yeah. So William Afton's after fulfilling the deed. The spirits of the children still lie there. As he starts to run to his suit, but notices it is full. It's already taken. And, of course, due to this being part FNAF and part My Hero Academia, this is where William Afton's story ends. As the spirits drag him to hell, I guess. So, yeah. So he dies permanently. He ain't getting back up. So, yeah. And as you see, what I'm about to do to Deku, the suit he was wearing was made of remnants. And good to say, something that is... It's sentient, I guess, to a certain extent. But it's fueled by, like, hatred, negativity, and all that good jazz. So yeah, hate, misery, regret, all negativity, anger, vengeance. So yes. Oh, if you're wondering, no, the kids that died aren't the people who killed Izuku. So the FNAF story would go, but I believe some animatronics would still be there, but we're just gonna, leave them to the side for now. So yeah, just push them to the side. We're focusing on these normal ones, the original ones we see here. I guess they wouldn't look like this right now, but you see the resemblance. Freddy, Chica, I think that's Springtrap, Foxy, Chica. Yeah, practically. As years go on, instead of 30 years being asleep on slumber on what he was doing for 30 years, Izuku waits there. Oh yeah, he is still alive. Technically. Yes and no at the same time. Yeah. It's weird how you'd say, because, I mean, he's still alive, but at the same time, it's more, he kind of, like, after a while, like William Afton, him and the suit kind of fused together, so, I mean, kind of like a Terminator, I guess, but not at the same time, so, as he just waits there, just waits. Sitting as he waits and waits as years go by. And Deku now looks like this, because a couple of years have gone by. No one's came to clean the suit, so I mean, it lost its golden touch, and more of a gray. The suit lost its color, so more of a gray. And whatnot, so yes. Ugh, my head. All I remember was staring at a wall. What happened to me? I can't remember. As he was looking at the wall, yes. But that was more of his spirit looking at the wall, not him himself. The host, I mean, was asleep, but kind of like how... It's kind of like an autopilot, as you will. Kind of like an autopilot. So, yeah. My head, what happened to me? What am I? Who am I? What's my name? I can't remember. As he looks around, as concrete surrounds him, as a dark room, as the light turns on, as he finds a light switch, turning it on, seeing blood. Or at least the remnants of the blood. There's literally nothing left but, dried up blood from like 30 years. It's dust now by this time. It's more than dust. Probably like the entire room's full with dust and spiders and whatnot. So yeah. And what happens is that Izuku, he's not really, he's scared, but he doesn't sound scared. He got that Springtrap voice. So, he can say something, but it's kind of covered by that animatronic voice. So, yeah. And then he gets flashbacks. They killed me. How could they? I did nothing but kindness to them. When I free myself, karma would lead to their downfall. Do not worry. I always come back. And yeah, I guess I will come back and haunt your graves until I am satisfied. As he's talking to himself, thinking about, how the Flippy's gonna find everyone that killed him, unhinge them, you will. Due to the spring lock not having a system in it, it's less of an animatronic, more of a suit. So he wouldn't have that program inside of him to, make sure, he's friendly. So, he's the based one who's gonna be unhinged. When I mean unhinged, I mean he do not care. He will kill you right where you stand. He don't hesitate. his abilities are decent. I'm not gonna give him any overpowered abilities. Basic abilities for like every of those are like what teleportation. It's kind of like a phantom almost, but they're a bit more faster. Teleportation, speed. Yeah, just fast, a bit faster. Yeah, like at least a good 20 to like 10% faster than an average human being. So yeah. He's pretty fast. As he finds the door, and all you can hear from the outside as the door busts open, as he is released from his resting place. What is this place? It seems familiar, but I cannot remember. I can't. My head. As he looks like this in the right corner, top right corner, he looks like this. If you want to know how he ends up like this one and this one, you'll continue the story. Yes. He exits out of the secret room and sees at least a rundown version of Freddy Land. Not Freddy Land, but the pizzeria, if you will. Looking as all he sees is nothing but dust and fertile. As dust covers the building, as it has been run down, holes everywhere, spiders, everything, just completely run down. Even the building itself collapsed on itself. Where am I? As he walks, and he knocks something over, or more like bumps into something with his foot. That being the Freddy head, I would say, the Freddy head. So yes. What is this? As he sees a list, because I guess there would be a list saying Freddy repairs. As it may be run down, but people trying to investigate the old killings and whatever time it was. They don't really specify on what date My Hero Academia takes place. I mean, just a couple years before Quirks. So yeah, about 100 or so. Yeah. So, a place I once known is a prison for others. I see. You might be useful. If my spirit can reside in my suit, the same thing can happen to others. So about like a month. Well, no, not about a month, but something happens. As it's not run down. I mean, some of the stuff, yes, but it's more of they're recreating the pizzeria. They do have a night guard there, even though they're trying to fix it up, just making sure nobody steals anything. So they do have a night guard, even though it don't look too good. So yeah. And then he looks, let's say the night guard's just walking by, and then he just sees this this monstrosity, and something within Deku sparks. Vengeance, vengeance, revenge. I will stop at nothing to get what I desire. And this is remnants. It's not full force remnants, but still remnants. So, I mean, he would walk towards, the night guard, and the night guard sees this. And, he starts running to his office. As, he, Springtrap, or Deku, whatever you prefer, Springtrap lets go of Freddy, because he forgot Freddy was on his hand, so I will not die. So, you think you can escape me, boy? As you know, everything in the inside, how would you say? The pizzeria, the spirits finally awaken. Once one is awake, they all awaken. As Freddy wakes up, almost attacks Deku immediately. Because, they technically think he's, William Afton, but, yes and no. So, yeah, no. How are you still alive? I thought we killed you. What do you mean? Who are you, and how do you know me? Don't you remember? You murderer. You killed all of us. Yeah, well, I don't remember any of that. All I remember of children trapping me in this suit, then dying as I continue to watch my corpse go away and mold into this suit. I was a young lad when this happened, so I do not know who you speak of, boy. What? You're lying. You have to be him. As I said, my name is unclear to me yet, but I do not have any relevance towards the person you speak of. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. But no, I don't have any of this who you speak of. William Afton. I know that's you. William Afton. Sorry, I do not recall this William Afton, nor does it seem familiar. Was he a friend by any chance, or an enemy? But from what I see, it is an enemy. And even so, if he was there, I'm pretty sure he would stay there in that room. I don't trust you. You do not have to. I am just a spirit that lingers. I may not understand about what I am or what I have become, but all I know is that I want to survive. And I will not stop until I get what I want. Vengeance is my goal. And as Freddy's head starts to think, wait, didn't we? As his head starts spinning and thinking, as he realizes. Did he kill you too? Killed. By an old man, perhaps. Were you killed by old man? Because I was not. I was killed by children. Not anyone, at least they looked like children. I do not know for sure. I myself was a child at the time. My knowledge and memories are lost to me, not fully acceptable of my own body. I do not retain any memory from my past besides a few. An understanding of what I am is little, very little. I see. So you can't be him then. Because if you were him, you know exactly what you were. He studies things like this. Souls transfer. Transferring a soul, a human soul, into an object or container of some sort. So you can't be him if you don't understand anything that I'm saying. Soul transfer. I see. So that's what happened. My body rejected dying. So instead of possessing the suit like you have, I've awakened much earlier. Interesting. Meaning if I died, I could have stayed there for at least more than this time that I am now. Would you like to help me find my past, boy? Yes, please. And meaning what he keeps on saying boy is that he knows some instances of his past, some memories. They're just, twisted and, everything's mixed up. I'll say the people who died and got trapped in the, suits. This happened 5 years later after Deku died in the Springlock suit. So yeah, that would have been 5 years later. So a 5-year difference in their death. So maybe 10. Wait, it's been 100 years, so I'll say 30. So that make him 30, and that'll make them 35. Wait, no, I said 100. So no, let's shorten that. No, let's make it 30. 35. Yeah, let's make it 35 instead of 100 years. 35 years before Quirks. My memory is I've just been waiting in the room for many years. I do not yet remember what I am. But with your help, hopefully, I can become what I once was, instead of a monster that I seem to be. I'll help you, but don't try any funny ideas. Does not matter. Does not matter what you think. All I know is that there's something in the office that I want. A human soul. As unlike the night guard from the video game, he tries to escape but gets caught by Foxy. Because let's say Foxy's like in the entrance, or at least in like that entrance part of the pizzeria. So he gets yeeted with that Foxy hook. Because let's say Foxy's awake, they'll wake up one by one. I say strongest to weakest. So that'd be Springtrap, Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, and then Chica. This one will come later. This will be more of a combination of them. Or at least Ennard. Because this... Wait, no. No, that wouldn't make sense because this is creation. Creation is more of a. I actually don't know about that character, but it still, dude, looks pretty cool. I'll say this would be Ennard after being burned, crisped. Everything happened because I'm pretty sure after Ennard got burned in FNAF 6, he became Molten Freddy, and after that, VR. So yeah, I mean, he's technically not. I know he. Okay, forget about that. He's new animatronic. Let's just say that he's a fusion of all the animatronics. These ones practically, except for Springtrap, because I mean, William Afton before making him, he was thinking of something that can catch kids a lot more faster with less materials, but he ended up fusing old versions of these animatronics. These are the original version, but like let's say they're prototypes. So he's like fusion of the prototypes and whatnot. So I am nothing but a monster. It seems so. Oh, what is that? As he looks at Foxy. As Foxy was about to run at him, but Freddy was like, "Oh yeah, I like your cut. Like your cut, G." JK. He just stops. He just stands in front of Springtrap. This is not William. William is dead for sure. This is another that had the same fate as us. Just by coincidence. And due to his design, I'll say 5 years later. Or earlier than 30 years, 35, 30 years earlier than us. Yarg, I see, matey. I will not trust the lad. But I will trust him for now. So, transfer. Animatronics. If there are 3 of us, there must be more. At least a couple other more. I see. No, this has no unique to me. I cannot go free, though. I will not go free. But for now, I will hang around until I understand my abilities and what happened. So, after a while, everyone else wakes up. And unlike those two, they understand that, William Afton's dead real quick. So, we're all here, I see. What do we do now? Vengeance? No. He may be dead, but you are stuck like this. I guess Michael will still be alive, by the way. So, let's say after a day or two, they get to know each other, the animatronics. It'll get darker, of course, when the time comes. So, what is the reason I'm here? What is the reason I'm here? Due to my knowledge, we are all here due to soul transfer, as a soul is transferred into an item. But yours is different. Yours is unique, somewhat. So, I'm practically stuck like this. Fine. But I will not regret anything, though. I will keep on looking and searching until I find them all. As you know, he starts to walk to the um outside the pizzeria, and Freddy's like, hey, no, you gotta stay in here. For what reason? There's no reason for me to stay there. From what I can tell, there are only a few that I know of that are still alive. And let's say there's a paper in front of the pizzeria. Quirks and whatnot. Not the original, but let's say it was a thing about Endeavor. And, let's say. And let's say the person who killed. And, who killed him was Endeavor's father. So, yeah. Endeavor. So that was his name. That was at least the main one. There were about 2 others. I cannot remember. I want to be set free, though. As William Afton, after, the final, day, he comes in and, decides to burn down the pizzeria. I will not die. My revenge, my hatred is eternal and infernal. I will not die. As he's like, as the other spirits of the animatronics leave their bodies. Because, at this point they're just gonna be, just the portions of the soul that they don't think about, they just act upon their remnants inside their body. Lacking for revenge. So kind of like a killbot, kind of, yeah. As William Afton, he's looking back at the pizzeria until he sees this face. I will not die. Or at least this one for now. Well, kind of a fusion of these two. I'll have this one used again later, but I mean, that's when he gets fixed. Yeah, he's gonna be changing into the these ones. I will not die. My quest is not finished. I will never die. I will stay on this earth until the ones that have killed me suffer their consequences. And let's see, it is, a generation thing where if you don't get the main branch of, a person, you either gotta get their ancestor, kind of like a curse. You gotta get their ancestor instead. And if you kill them, then you get to move on. I will not die. As he crawls out. I will not die. As Michael, he sees this and he's questioning if it's his father, but then realizes his father died. And then he wakes up. No, I'm not gonna have this. He's gone. I'm gonna have this one. So yeah, what happens is that Michael practically drags him into his house. How are you alive? I thought you died. I am not William Afton for the final time. nor am I a murderer. At least not yet. So you're a child then. Trust me, boy. I'm much more older than you think. At least mind-wise, yes. Body-wise, I'm still about 5. No difference in change. I will not suffer until those who have killed me suffered more than I can ever suffer. So what are you planning to do now? I'm planning to kill Endeavor to set my soul free. I will not die. You see, the portion of me that once resembled a child is no more. My childlike appearance is no more, due to the ancestor of Endeavor. And after that happens, my soul can finally resign and rest in peace. But right now, I do not need you, Michael, William Afton's son, or friend, or whatever resemblance you have of him. Goodbye. As before Michael can say anything more, Deku would teleport out. Where, as you know, all that can be heard is, just a scratching noise of metal clanking, and, just metal clanking, practically walking. I will not die. You will not. I do not fear death. Death fears me. But my soul still resides. So vengeance is never key until I have it. So I will perform a plan. I will wait and see what happens. I will review those heroes. As you know, he observes the Hero Society, and I'll say this is the age of Nenishimura by now. He just waited years. He's just been, watching Hero Society, as he's seen the beginning and end of every user One for All. He just watches, unable to do anything. For what reason? For plot convenience, of course. Also because, it's not his job to, kill. His job is to kill Endeavor. Difference. He can't just kill random people, unless again his way. That's how he is. That will be useful. As he walks. My age does not deceive me, but I must find a way out of this cursed body. And he walks upon someone. Hello, child. Would you mind if you help me? As the person looks back, and that's where I'm going to end the video. It doesn't make much sense, but when it will get a bit more darker as the story progresses into part 2 and part 3, so yeah. Anyways, I gotta get prepared for my Bane what if, practically. This is gonna be a drag though. Anyways, if y'all want to see my 100 special, just comment, like the video, and subscribe. I'm gonna have to put work into that one. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Probably get there in the end of the day. So I'll see you all later. And remember, the darkness works for me.